Okay, so once again, because of the pension crisis that's going on, I'm going to go ahead and give you this open book quiz to help bring up your grades. So working on that. Now if you're not here today, I'm not going to be open book, open notes tomorrow. I know. Got to give you a benefit for being here.
Wait, okay, fair enough.
Boyle's law states that the volume of a fixed amount of gas held at a constant temperature varies inversely with the pressure. Look at the graph in figure 13.1, in which pressure versus volume is plotted for a gas. The plot of an inversely proportional relationship results in a downward curve.
Alright, so question 2 on the sheet that I gave you, it says, based on the evidence of this graph, define the inversely proportional relationship. So Adam just answered that question for you right here. What is the answer going to be?
Boyle's law.
Results in a...
Which side?
This side right here. Results in a what? Downward...
Oh, downward curve.
Yeah, so the downward curve is what you should see for Boyle's law. Now, that's another question you can see on the ACT. They'll ask you about interpreting graphs. Inverse is always going to give you that downward curve. That is pretty much common knowledge, especially for math.
Whenever you have a negative variable, it always gives the curve. What's it called? Parabola?
Right. So write that down in your notes so that it's in your brain. Math is how you make money, typically. If you are really good at remembering things, the cell phone has kind of made your life a little more difficult. Because everybody now has instant access to a large database. So,
It's a lot more difficult to argue something and lie about it.
yeah, exactly. Law formula is making sure the units are associated with the volume, associated with the pressure, atmosphere, right? So if they had like liters here, your answer is going to be in what? Liters. If they have you atmosphere here and pascals here, you're going to need to convert to the one or the other. As long as you have the pressures the same, you're going to be okay.
You're going to make the pressures the same in the
Well, I don't know. The test company generates the tests, so they can trick you. So just be aware that you have to have these units the same. Isolate V2. So I've just put in my variables into the formula, divided 2.5 atmosphere by itself, so it crosses out. I got to do the same thing to this side. You'll see how the atmosphere crosses out, and you're going to be left with the liter value for your V2. So V2 is going to equal liters. Now I just have to do the math. So it's going to be like 3.6 divided by 2.5. Anybody got the answer there? Atmosphere, you're going to have to convert to one or the other. You can't do both because they're different types of pressures. You understand? So if the volume here is in liters, guess what the final volume is going to be in? Liters. You can, if they ask for milliliters, convert it at the end when you're done. So we set the problem up here. We have our V1, 3.6 liters, P1, 1 atmosphere, P2, 2.5 atmospheres. I divide by 2.5 so it crosses out. Everybody see that? Crosses out. Do the same to the other side. So this ends up being 3.6 divided by 2.5 because 3 times 1 is 3, right? So it ends up being around 1.44 liters. So I've done the first one for you. Write that down. Let me do the second one here in a second. You'll notice that the units are not the same. Units for pressure. So we have to convert these to where they are the same. And we know that 1 atmosphere is equal to 760 millimeters of mercury. Now, I will give you this. You don't have to memorize conversion factors. They'll be given for you. Just ask me. If you don't see it on the test, I'll give you the conversion factor. These are equal to each other. So this is equal to each other. Right here. So I'm going to use that to convert from mercury to atmosphere because I want the units to be the same. More people relate to atmosphere. If I say atmosphere, people are like, okay, that makes sense. If I say millimeters mercury, people are like, what? Like if I say mole, people are like, what? I say periodic table, people are like, yeah, periodic table, heard of that before. Yeah. The mole, people are like, psh, is that an animal? Today we're starting 13.
So we're just
Maybe.
Is this 12?
Shh.
If you run the manual, you would know.
I'm gonna pass it up on that.
You can use your index in the back of the book to index a problem or. It is.